There is a truth that resonates with universal wisdom. What you want has already found its way to you. It may seem invisible, intangible, or far off, but the moment you desired it, the wheels of manifestation were set in motion. Belief is the foundation upon which all things are built. It is the silent architect behind the scenes, shaping the realities we experience. When you believe in something deeply, when you truly hold it in your heart as a certainty, you set forces into motion that are unseen but undeniably powerful. This belief, in its purest form, acts as a magnet, drawing to you the things that you seek. It is not simply a passive state of mind, rather, it is an active force that interacts with the universe at every level. When you believe, you begin to create an energetic frequency within yourself that aligns with the very thing you desire. This frequency communicates with the world around you, sending signals that influence circumstances, opportunities, and people to come into your life. But this is not just about desire or wishful thinking, it is about faith. Faith is the bedrock of belief. It is the unwavering certainty that no matter what appears in front of you, what you believe will ultimately come to pass. It is the quiet, persistent assurance that keeps you going, even when the evidence around you might suggest otherwise. Belief is not confined to positive outcomes either. Unfortunately, many people fall into the trap of believing in their limitations. They believe that they are unworthy, that success is only for others, or that life is destined to be a struggle. And just as positive belief attracts good things, negative belief also creates its own reality. When you believe in your fears or doubts, you unconsciously shape your life to reflect those very limitations. The mind does not discriminate between positive and negative beliefs, it simply acts on the energy and emotion behind them. Therefore, belief, whether uplifting or limiting, shapes our lives in profound ways. The power of belief lies in its ability to shape perception. Perception, in turn, shapes reality. When you believe in something, you begin to see the world through that lens. Your mind filters information based on what you expect to see. For instance, if you believe that the world is full of opportunities, you will naturally notice opportunities where others might only see obstacles. You will be drawn to circumstances and people that align with this worldview, and in return, those opportunities will find their way to you. On the contrary, if you believe that life is a constant battle, your mind will filter the world in a way that confirms this belief. Even when positive things happen, you may disregard them, focusing instead on the struggles and hardships. This is where the concept of self-fulfilling prophecy comes into play. Our beliefs create a loop. We believe something to be true, and because of this belief, we act in ways that bring about the very result we expect. If you believe you are destined for success, your actions will reflect confidence and determination. You will take risks, seize opportunities, and persevere through challenges. People will notice this confidence, and opportunities will be drawn to you. Conversely, if you believe you are doomed to fail, you may approach life with hesitation and fear. This hesitance often leads to missed opportunities and self-sabotage, which only further confirms your belief in failure. One of the most critical aspects of belief is that it is a choice. While it may feel like our beliefs are hardwired into us, the truth is that we can change them at any time. Beliefs are not static, they are dynamic and can be shaped through intention and practice. The first step in harnessing the power of belief is to become aware of what you truly believe, both consciously and unconsciously. Many of our beliefs are inherited from our environment, society, or upbringing, and we often carry them without even realizing it. These beliefs shape our self-image, our expectations, and ultimately our reality. To shift limiting beliefs, one must first question their validity. Ask yourself, is this belief serving me? Does it empower me or hold me back more often than not? You will find that the beliefs that limit you are based on fear or past experiences, not on the truth of what is possible. Once you identify a limiting belief, you can begin the process of replacing it with a more empowering one. This takes time, but through repetition and practice, new beliefs can take root. The key is to act as though the new belief is already true, even before you have evidence to support it. This is the essence of faith. When you hold a belief so firmly that you act on it with confidence, the world begins to shift in response. Your actions, your thoughts, and your energy all align with this new belief, and as a result, you start to see evidence of it in your life. This process may feel uncomfortable at first, because it requires you to step out of your comfort zone. You are, in essence, choosing to believe in something that is not yet visible. But this is the very nature of belief. It precedes the manifestation of what is to come. Another important aspect of belief is that it influences the way others perceive and interact with you. People are highly intuitive, often picking up on the subtle cues of confidence or doubt in others. When you believe in yourself and your goals, this confidence radiates outward, and people respond to it. They are more likely to trust you, to offer opportunities, and to support your endeavors. Conversely, if you approach situations with self-doubt or fear, people may sense this hesitation and respond accordingly. Your belief, or lack thereof, can either open doors or close them. But belief is not just about external success, it also impacts your internal state of being. When you believe in something wholeheartedly, it provides a sense of purpose and direction. It gives you the strength to persevere when things get tough, because you know that what you want is on its way. This inner conviction creates resilience. Challenges and setbacks are seen not as signs of failure, but as stepping stones on the path to success. When you believe in the inevitability of your desires, you are less likely to give up when things don't go according to plan. Instead, you adapt, learn, and keep moving forward. Moreover, belief has a direct impact on your emotional well-being. Positive beliefs generate positive emotions. When you believe that good things are coming, you naturally feel more hopeful, optimistic, and motivated. This creates a positive feedback loop. Your positive emotions fuel your actions, and your actions create positive outcomes, which reinforce your belief. This cycle of belief, emotion, and action becomes a powerful engine for manifesting what you desire. In contrast, negative beliefs create negative emotions. Doubt, fear, and pessimism arise from beliefs that limit your potential. These emotions drain your energy, making it difficult to take the necessary actions to achieve your goals. Over time, these negative beliefs can lead to feelings of frustration, hopelessness, and even despair. This is why it is so important to cultivate beliefs that empower and uplift you, rather than those that hold you back. Timing and patience are fundamental forces in the unfolding of our lives, intricately connected to how our desires manifest. We often set our sights on a particular goal or dream and want it to materialize immediately. But life rarely works according to our schedule. Instead, it operates on its own timing, guided by forces beyond our control or understanding. The key is to develop patience and trust that everything we desire will come to us when the time is right, not when we demand it. One of the most important lessons we can learn is that everything we desire is already in motion, but it arrives at the perfect time. It's like planting a seed. You don't dig it up every day to check its progress. Instead, you trust that beneath the soil, it is germinating and growing, even though you cannot see it. Life works the same way. Often the things we want are already on their way to us, but they need time to develop and come to fruition. This period of waiting can feel like nothing is happening, but in reality, things are shifting and aligning for our benefit behind the scenes. When we desire something deeply, it's easy to become impatient. We want it now, or we want to see evidence that it's coming. This impatience often stems from a lack of trust in the process. We doubt that the universe is working in our favor, or we fear that if it doesn't happen quickly, it won't happen at all. This creates tension and anxiety, which can actually push away the very thing we want. Patience, on the other hand, is a form of surrender. It's trusting that what you desire is making its way to you, even if you can't see immediate results. There is a natural rhythm to life, a flow that we often overlook in our fast-paced world. We live in an era of instant gratification, where we expect things to happen on demand. But the universe doesn't operate on human schedules. There are seasons in life, just as there are in nature. There is a time for planting, a time for growth, and a time for harvest. Everything happens in cycles, and there is great wisdom in allowing life to unfold at its own pace. The challenge for many of us is learning to live in harmony with this timing. We may feel frustrated when things aren't happening quickly enough, or we may compare our journey to others and wonder why we aren't where they are. This comparison only leads to more impatience and often causes us to act out of fear or frustration. But when we step back and recognize that our journey is unique, we can begin to appreciate the timing of our own life. What is meant for us will not pass us by. It may not arrive when we expect, but it will arrive when the conditions are right for it to flourish. Patience is not passive, it is active faith. It requires a mindset shift from focusing on the absence of what you want to trusting that it is already on its way. In the space between desiring something and receiving it, we are given an opportunity to grow. Often the period of waiting is when the most profound internal work takes place. We develop resilience, gain clarity, and become better prepared to receive what we want. If everything came to us instantly, we would miss out on the lessons that come with waiting. It's important to understand that delays do not mean denial. Just because something hasn't arrived yet doesn't mean it won't come. Sometimes what we desire needs time to develop. Other times we ourselves are not quite ready to receive it. We may need to grow in certain areas, or life may need to shift in ways we can't foresee. This is why trusting in divine timing is so important. What may seem like a delay is often life's way of preparing us for something even greater than we imagined. In the meantime, patience allows us to live fully in the present. When we are constantly focused on the future and what we want, we often overlook the beauty of the present moment. Patience brings us back to the now, reminding us that life is happening right here, right now. There is joy, growth, and fulfillment to be found in the waiting. Instead of viewing this period as a gap between where you are and where you want to be, see it as a crucial part of the process. Each moment, each step, is preparing you for what's to come. Patience also teaches us to let go of control. We live in a world where we are conditioned to believe that we must control every aspect of our lives. We make plans, set timelines, and expect things to unfold exactly as we want them to. But life is unpredictable, and the more we try to control it, the more resistance we create. Patience is about surrendering this need for control and trusting in a higher plan. It's about recognizing that there are forces at work far greater than our own understanding. When we let go of the need to control every detail, we open ourselves up to possibilities we may have never considered. One of the most profound aspects of timing and patience is the understanding that sometimes what we want isn't what we need. We may have our hearts set on a particular outcome, but life may have something even better in store for us. Patience allows us to remain open to these possibilities. It teaches us to trust that the universe knows what is best for us, even when we cannot see it. Often when we look back on our lives, we realize that the things we wanted so desperately were not in alignment with our highest good. In hindsight, we see that life gave us something far better than we could have ever imagined. Patience also requires faith in ourselves. We must trust that we are capable of navigating the journey, no matter how long it takes. It's easy to lose faith when things don't happen as quickly as we want them to. We begin to doubt our abilities, question our worth, and wonder if we are deserving of what we desire. But patience reminds us that we are enough, just as we are. It teaches us that our worth is not determined by how quickly we achieve our goals, but by our ability to persevere and remain steadfast in our belief that what we want is already making its way to us. Releasing resistance is one of the most powerful steps you can take in manifesting the life you desire. Resistance is the internal tension that arises when we try to force things to happen, or when we hold on to fears, doubts, and limiting beliefs that prevent us from allowing what we truly want to flow into our lives. It's that inner voice that questions whether we are truly deserving of what we desire, or whether what we want is even possible. The key to manifesting with ease is learning to let go of this resistance, creating space for the universe to deliver what is already on its way to us. At its core, resistance stems from fear. It's the fear of the unknown, the fear of failure, or even the fear of success. It's that voice in your head that tells you that things are too good to be true, or that you're not good enough to receive what you desire. This fear creates tension, And that tension blocks the natural flow of energy that allows your desires to manifest. The more you hold on to fear and doubt, the more you push away the very things you want to attract. It's like trying to swim upstream against a current. No matter how hard you try, you're making things harder for yourself. The first step in releasing resistance is to recognize it. Often resistance is so ingrained in our thinking patterns that we don't even realize it's there. It can show up as self-doubt, procrastination, anxiety, or even physical tension in the body. Pay attention to the thoughts and feelings that arise when you think about your desires. Do you feel excited and aligned with your goals, or do you feel anxious and unsure? Do you trust that what you want is already on its way, or do you feel the need to control every detail of how it will happen? Recognizing resistance is the first step toward releasing it. Once you've identified where resistance is showing up in your life, the next step is to let go of the need to control the outcome. This doesn't mean that you stop taking action toward your goals, but it does mean that you stop trying to micromanage every step of the process. When you're constantly focused on how things will unfold, you're not allowing space for the universe to work its magic. You're limiting yourself to only what you can imagine, rather than being open to the infinite possibilities that exist. Letting go of control allows you to shift from a place of fear and doubt to a place of trust and faith. Trusting the process is essential in releasing resistance. It's about understanding that what you want is already on its way, even if you can't see it yet. Think of it like ordering something online. Once you've placed the order, you don't sit around worrying whether it will arrive. You trust that it's on its way, even though you can't physically see it moving toward you. Manifestation works in a similar way. When you set your intention, the universe begins to work behind the scenes to bring it to you. Your job is to trust that the process is unfolding in your favor, even when you can't see the evidence right away. Another powerful way to release resistance is by practicing mindfulness and staying present in the moment. Resistance often arises when we are too focused on the past or the future. We may dwell on past failures or mistakes, which creates doubt about our ability to succeed in the future. Or we may worry about how things will unfold, creating anxiety about outcomes that haven't even happened yet. By staying present, you bring your focus back to what you can control, the here and now. In this moment, there is no room for fear or doubt, because you are not projecting into the future or dwelling on the past. You are simply being, and in that state of being, you allow yourself to flow with life rather than resist it. It's also important to release any limiting beliefs that may be contributing to your resistance. Limiting beliefs are the stories we tell ourselves about why we can't have what we want or why we're not good enough to achieve our desires. These beliefs often stem from past experiences or societal conditioning, but they are not the truth of who you are. You have the power to rewrite these beliefs and replace them with empowering ones. Start by identifying the limiting beliefs that are holding you back. Are you telling yourself that success is too hard to achieve? Or that love is out of reach for someone like you? Once you've identified these beliefs, challenge them. Ask yourself if they are truly serving you, and if not, replace them with affirmations that align with the truth of your worth and potential. Forgiveness is another crucial aspect of releasing resistance. Sometimes we hold on to past hurts, regrets, or disappointments which create emotional resistance in our lives. This emotional baggage weighs us down and prevents us from moving forward with a clear, open heart. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning the actions of others or pretending that hurtful experiences didn't happen. Instead, it's about freeing yourself from the emotional hold these experiences have over you. By forgiving yourself and others, you release the negative energy that is keeping you stuck and open yourself up to new possibilities. Releasing resistance also involves cultivating a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. Scarcity thinking is rooted in the belief that there is not enough love, success, money, or opportunity. This belief creates resistance because it reinforces the idea that you must struggle or compete to get what you want. But abundance thinking is rooted in the understanding that there is more than enough for everyone and that the universe is infinitely generous. When you shift to an abundance mindset, you release the need to cling tightly to what you have or to chase after what you want. You begin to trust that what is meant for you will come to you effortlessly and in perfect timing. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools for releasing resistance. When you focus on what you are grateful for in the present moment, you shift your energy from lack to abundance. Gratitude helps you recognize all the ways in which the universe is already supporting you, which reinforces your trust in the process. It also raises your vibration, aligning you with the energy of what you desire. The more grateful you are for what you already have, the more you open yourself up to receiving even more blessings. Lastly, releasing resistance requires self-compassion. It's easy to be hard on ourselves when things don't go as planned or when we feel like we're not progressing fast enough. But this self-criticism only creates more resistance. Instead, practice kindness and patience with yourself. Understand that you are a work in progress, and that's okay. There is no need to rush or force things to happen. The more gentle and loving you are with yourself, the easier it becomes to release resistance and allow the natural flow of life to guide you toward your desires. Alignment with your higher self is the process of connecting with the deepest, truest part of who you are, the part that knows your purpose, desires, and direction with absolute clarity. It's the part of you that is free from fear, doubt, and the distractions of the material world. This alignment allows you to live in harmony with your soul's calling and to attract what you truly desire effortlessly. When you are in alignment with your higher self, you are operating from a place of authenticity, inner peace, and deep trust in the universe's ability to guide you to exactly what you need. Your higher self is the essence of who you are beyond the limitations of the physical world. It is your purest form, untouched by the noise of society, ego, or any external factors. While your physical self may be influenced by daily pressures, fears, and doubts, your higher self always knows what's best for you. It's the source of your intuition, your deepest wisdom, and your truest desires. Aligning with this aspect of yourself means tuning into this internal guidance system and trusting its direction, even when it defies logic or the opinions of others. One of the most powerful steps toward aligning with your higher self is cultivating a sense of awareness and mindfulness. When you become aware of your thoughts, emotions, and actions, you start to notice the areas of your life where you are out of alignment with your true self. This awareness helps you recognize when you are acting out of fear, insecurity, or societal conditioning rather than from your inner truth. By observing these moments without judgment, you give yourself the opportunity to course correct and bring your actions back into alignment with your highest self. Meditation and introspection are two key practices that can help you connect with your higher self. Through quieting the mind and turning inward, you create space to hear the subtle whispers of your intuition. In the silence of meditation, you can tap into the wisdom and guidance of your higher self, free from the distractions and noise of everyday life. Regular meditation not only strengthens your connection with your higher self, but also helps you release the fears and doubts that may be clouding your vision. Intuition is the voice of your higher self. It often speaks softly, nudging you in the right direction with subtle feelings, gut instincts, or a deep inner knowing. While the ego might push you toward logical choices based on fear or external expectations, your intuition will always guide you toward what is in your highest good. The more you trust and act on your intuition, the stronger your connection with your higher self becomes. You'll start to notice that life flows more smoothly, opportunities arise effortlessly, and you feel more at peace with your decisions because they are coming from a place of inner alignment. Being in alignment with your higher self also means honoring your true desires. Often we suppress our deepest desires because we fear they are too grand, too unrealistic, or that others may judge us for them. But these desires are not random, they are the whispers of your soul guiding you toward your highest potential. When you ignore or downplay your desires, you disconnect from your higher self and create a sense of frustration, unease, or stagnation in your life. By fully embracing your desires and allowing yourself to dream big, you open the door for the universe to support you in manifesting your truest aspirations. One of the most important aspects of alignment is the understanding that what you seek is already within you. Your higher self knows that everything you need to fulfill your desires already exists. It is not something that has to be earned, fought for, or obtained from external sources. The feelings of joy, love, abundance, and success that you seek are already present within you. Your task is to align with those feelings and allow them to manifest in your outer reality. When you align with your higher self, you shift from a mindset of lack and scarcity to one of abundance and inner fulfillment. Letting go of the ego is also a crucial step in aligning with your higher self. The ego is the part of you that is driven by fear, control, and the need for validation from external sources. It's the voice that tells you that you need to achieve more, be more, or have more in order to be worthy or successful. But your higher self knows that your worth is inherent and unconditional. You don't need to prove anything or achieve external success to be worthy of love, happiness, or fulfillment. By releasing the ego's grip on your life, you allow your higher self to guide you from a place of love, trust, and surrender. Surrendering to the flow of life is another essential component of alignment. When you are aligned with your higher self, you trust that everything is happening in divine timing and for your highest good. You no longer feel the need to control or force outcomes because you trust that the universe is guiding you toward your desires in the perfect way. This sense of surrender doesn't mean giving up on your goals or desires. It means letting go of the need to know exactly how or when things will unfold. It's about releasing the need for control and trusting in the greater wisdom of the universe. Living in alignment with your higher self also means prioritizing self-care and self-love. Your higher self knows that you are worthy of love, rest, and nourishment, and it guides you to take care of your physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. When you neglect yourself, you are not honoring the wisdom of your higher self. But when you prioritize your well-being, you create a strong foundation from which you can manifest your desires. Self-care allows you to stay grounded, present, and aligned with your true purpose. Gratitude is a powerful force that acts as a magnet for attracting abundance, joy, and the fulfillment of desires into your life. It is the practice of recognizing and appreciating the good that already exists, no matter how big or small. When you embrace gratitude, you shift your focus from what you lack to what you have, creating a positive energy that draws even more of what you desire into your reality. This shift in perspective not only transforms your emotional state, but also opens the door for the universe to deliver more blessings, because the energy of gratitude aligns you with abundance. At its core, gratitude is an acknowledgement that you are already provided for, that you are supported by the universe, and that life has already given you so much to be thankful for. This creates a vibration of contentment and fulfillment, which in turn attracts more of the same. The law of attraction states that like attracts like. So when you dwell in the energy of gratitude, you are vibrating at a frequency that is in harmony with abundance. The more you focus on what you are grateful for, the more the universe delivers experiences and opportunities that match that frequency. One of the most profound effects of gratitude is that it shifts your awareness from lack to abundance. Many people focus on what they don't have or what is missing in their lives, which creates feelings of frustration, scarcity, and dissatisfaction. This focus on lack keeps them stuck in a negative cycle, making it difficult to manifest their desires. Gratitude, however, is the antidote to this mindset. It breaks the cycle of scarcity by helping you recognize the richness that already exists in your life. This doesn't mean that you don't strive for more, but it means you are content with what is, and from that place of contentment you attract even more of what you seek. Another key aspect of gratitude is that it cultivates a sense of presence. When you are grateful, you are fully engaged in the present moment. You are not worrying about the future or dwelling on the past. You are fully immersed in the here and now, appreciating all that you have. This presence is powerful because the present moment is where all your creative energy resides. When you are present, you are able to align with the flow of life and tap into the infinite possibilities that are available to you. Gratitude keeps you grounded in the now, which is where true creation happens. In addition, gratitude creates a strong emotional state that fuels your manifestations. Emotions are powerful energy that drives the manifestation process, and gratitude is one of the highest vibrations you can hold. When you feel deeply grateful for something, you generate an emotional frequency that radiates out into the universe. This frequency acts like a beacon, drawing more of what you are grateful for into your life. The stronger your emotional connection to gratitude, the more potent your power to manifest becomes. Gratitude also acts as a catalyst for expanding your awareness. When you begin to intentionally practice gratitude, you start to notice blessings and opportunities that you may have previously overlooked. It heightens your sensitivity to the positive aspects of life, even in the smallest details. Whether it's the warmth of the sun on your skin, the kindness of a stranger, or the beauty of a flower, gratitude enhances your ability to see the good in all things. This expanded awareness allows you to tap into the limitless abundance of the universe, because you begin to realize that there is always something to be grateful for, no matter your circumstances. In challenging times, gratitude becomes even more crucial. It can be easy to slip into a mindset of negativity when things aren't going as planned, but gratitude offers a way to find peace and perspective in any situation. By focusing on the blessings you still have, even in the midst of adversity, you can shift your energy from one of despair to one of hope and resilience. Gratitude reminds you that even in difficult moments, there is something to appreciate, and this keeps you connected to the energy of abundance. It also strengthens your faith in the unfolding of your journey, knowing that every challenge brings growth and that the universe is still working in your favor. One of the best ways to amplify the energy of gratitude is through a daily gratitude practice. This can be as simple as taking a few moments each day to reflect on what you are thankful for. Writing down 3 to 5 things you are grateful for each day is a powerful habit that can shift your entire mindset. Over time, you will find that your mind naturally starts to focus on the positive aspects of life, even in situations that used to trigger negative thoughts. This consistent practice of gratitude not only elevates your mood but also strengthens your ability to manifest what you desire. Another effective way to use gratitude as a magnet is by expressing gratitude for what you desire as if it has already happened. This is a powerful manifestation technique because it aligns your energy with the outcome you wish to create. By feeling gratitude for something before it has physically manifested, you are telling the universe that you already trust in its arrival. This creates a strong vibration of faith and certainty, which accelerates the manifestation process. For example, if you are working toward a particular goal, you can say, "I am so grateful for the success I've achieved, even if that success hasn't yet materialized." This signals to the universe that you are ready to receive it. Gratitude also deepens your relationships with others. When you express genuine gratitude toward the people in your life, you strengthen your connection with them and create a more positive, loving atmosphere. This positive energy not only improves your relationships but also attracts more harmonious connections and experiences into your life. People are naturally drawn to those who radiate gratitude because it creates a sense of warmth, appreciation, and positivity. By cultivating gratitude in your interactions with others, you create a ripple effect that enhances the quality of your relationships and attracts more supportive, loving people into your life. Visualizing the end is one of the most powerful techniques for manifesting your desires. It involves mentally and emotionally immersing yourself in the reality where your goals have already been achieved. When you consistently visualize your desired outcome as if it has already happened, you align yourself with the frequency of that reality. This alignment shifts your focus, energy, and actions toward making that vision a reality. The universe, in response, begins to orchestrate circumstances, people, and opportunities that match your visualization, bringing your desires closer to you. The key to effective visualization is not just seeing the outcome, but truly feeling it. When you close your eyes and imagine the end result, let your emotions engage fully. Feel the joy, satisfaction, and fulfillment that you would experience once your goal is achieved. Imagine the sights, sounds, and sensations of being in that moment. The more vivid and real you can make your visualization, the stronger the impact it has on your subconscious mind, which plays a crucial role in shaping your reality. Your subconscious mind cannot distinguish between a real experience and an imagined one. This is why visualization is so effective. By repeatedly visualizing your desired outcome, you are training your subconscious mind to accept it as your new reality. This programming helps to remove doubts and negative beliefs that might be standing in the way of your manifestation. When your subconscious mind fully believes that your goal is achievable, it works in harmony with the universe to bring about the conditions needed for your desire to manifest. One of the most important aspects of visualizing the end is to act as if you already have what you want. This means that during your visualization practice, you must embody the person who has already achieved the goal. Ask yourself, how would I feel? How would I behave? What decisions would I make by acting as though your desire is already fulfilled? You start to vibrate at the frequency of that outcome, which helps to collapse the time between where you are and where you want to be. Visualization also helps to strengthen your faith in the process of manifestation. It is easy to get discouraged when things don't seem to be happening as quickly as you'd like, but visualization keeps your focus on the end result, allowing you to remain confident and committed. Every time you visualize your desired outcome, you are reaffirming your belief that it is on its way. This unwavering belief is a powerful signal to the universe that you are ready to receive what you have asked for. Another benefit of visualizing the end is that it shifts your mindset from one of scarcity to one of abundance. Instead of focusing on what you don't have or the gap between you and your goal, you are focusing on the reality in which your desires are already fulfilled. This focus on abundance keeps your energy high and your thoughts positive, which are essential components of manifestation. The more you focus on abundance, the more abundance you attract into your life. Consistency is key when it comes to visualization. It's not enough to visualize your goals once and expect instant results. You need to make it a regular practice, just like exercising a muscle. Set aside time each day to close your eyes and vividly imagine the end result you desire. Whether it's 5 minutes or half an hour, the important thing is to do it consistently. Over time, this practice will create a strong mental and emotional connection to your desired outcome, making it easier for you to attract it into your life. Visualization also plays a key role in overcoming obstacles. When challenges arise, it can be easy to lose sight of your goals or feel like giving up. But visualization helps you maintain clarity and focus, even in difficult times. By keeping your eyes on the end result, you are able to navigate challenges with greater ease and confidence. You begin to see obstacles as temporary detours rather than roadblocks, because your vision of the end is stronger than any temporary setback. It's also important to remember that visualization is not just a mental exercise, it is an energetic one. When you visualize, you are not only creating images in your mind, but also generating a powerful vibration that attracts what you desire. This is why it is essential to include emotion in your visualization practice. The emotions you generate during visualization amplify the energy you are sending out to the universe. This amplified energy creates a magnetic pull that brings your desires into your experience. Another powerful technique is to visualize yourself overcoming challenges or obstacles that might stand in your way. This is known as mental rehearsal, and it helps to prepare you for real-life situations by giving you the confidence to handle them. For example, if you are working toward a career goal and are faced with a major presentation or interview, you can visualize yourself succeeding in that situation. Imagine yourself speaking confidently, answering questions effortlessly, and receiving positive feedback. By mentally rehearsing the situation, you increase your chances of success when the actual moment arrives. Visualization is not just about focusing on the outcome, but also about enjoying the journey. When you visualize the end, you can also imagine the process of getting there. See yourself taking inspired action, feeling motivated, and overcoming any obstacles with ease. This helps you stay in a positive mindset throughout the manifestation process, rather than feeling frustrated or impatient. Visualization turns the journey into a joyful experience, which makes the manifestation even more rewarding when it happens. When you truly understand that everything you desire is already yours, there is an inner transformation that begins to take place. It's not simply about hoping or wishing for your dreams to come true, but about embodying the belief that they are already a reality. This shift in consciousness is the foundation of manifesting anything you want in life. The more you internalize this truth, the more the world around you will align with it. Your desires are not something that exist in the future, far off in some distant place, but rather they are present here and now, waiting for you to claim them. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have. Every thought, every feeling, and every belief you hold shapes the reality you experience. If you think of your desires as distant or unattainable, they will remain so. However, if you embrace the truth that what you want has already found its way to you, your entire experience of life will change. You will begin to see opportunities where you previously saw obstacles. You will notice synchronicities and events unfolding in ways that support your desires. This is not coincidence, this is the natural result of your inner alignment with the truth of already having what you want. One of the key elements of this process is to consistently dwell in the state of the wish fulfilled. This means that instead of focusing on lack or what you don't yet have, you shift your attention to the feeling of already having it. Imagine what it would be like to live with your desires fully realized. How would you feel? What would your life look like? By living in the end and immersing yourself in the emotional experience of having your desires, you bring yourself into harmony with the frequency of that reality. And it's this harmony that draws your desires toward you. The physical world you see around you is a reflection of your inner world. If you want to change what you experience externally, you must first shift your internal state. This is where visualization comes into play. When you close your eyes and see the end result in your mind's eye, you are not simply daydreaming, you are planting the seeds of your future reality. And just like seeds need time to grow, so too does your desired outcome need time to unfold. But rest assured, once the seed is planted in your mind and nurtured through belief and focus, it will inevitably grow into your lived experience. It is essential to remember that there is no separation between you and your desires. The moment you conceive of something in your mind, it already exists in the realm of possibilities. Your task is not to figure out how or when it will manifest, but to maintain faith that it is already done. The how is not your responsibility. When you align with the feeling of already having what you want, the universe takes care of the details. Circumstances, people, and opportunities will be drawn to you in ways you could never have planned or predicted. Releasing resistance is a crucial aspect of this journey. Many times we unknowingly create barriers to receiving what we desire by holding on to fear, doubt, or the belief that things must happen in a certain way or within a certain time frame. These mental blocks keep us from fully allowing our desires to flow into our lives. To release resistance, you must surrender control and trust the process. Let go of the need to force things to happen and instead allow them to unfold naturally. When you release resistance, you open the door for the universe to work its magic. Patience is another vital component. Often people give up just before their desires are about to manifest, because they become impatient or discouraged by a lack of visible progress. But manifestation is like a river. Even when you cannot see the water flowing beneath the surface, it is still moving. Trust that the process is working, even if you don't yet see the full picture. Stay focused on the end result, maintain your belief, and keep moving forward. The moment you let go of impatience, you speed up the manifestation process, allowing things to happen in divine timing. Gratitude is a powerful magnet for bringing more of what you want into your life. When you express genuine appreciation for what you already have and for the things that are on their way to you, you amplify the energy of abundance. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance, from scarcity to fulfillment. The more grateful you are, the more you attract things to be grateful for. It's like tuning into a frequency where everything good flows effortlessly to you. By practicing gratitude regularly, you reinforce the belief that what you want is already yours. Alignment with your higher self is essential for manifesting your desires. Your higher self is the part of you that knows your true potential, that operates beyond the limits of fear, doubt, and ego. When you align with this aspect of yourself, you move through life with confidence, clarity, and purpose. You trust in the process of manifestation, because you know that everything is unfolding in perfect harmony with your soul's desires. This alignment helps you stay grounded in faith, even when challenges arise, because you understand that your higher self is guiding you every step of the way. Visualization is a powerful tool in this process because it allows you to see the end result clearly in your mind. By visualizing the outcome you want, you are not just imagining a future reality, you are energetically creating it. The more vividly you can picture your desired outcome, the more real it becomes in your subconscious mind. And as your subconscious mind accepts this new reality, it works to bring it into your physical experience. But remember, visualization is not just about seeing, it's about feeling. Feel the emotions of having already achieved your goal, and let those emotions guide your actions. One additional key to manifesting your desires is cultivating unwavering faith. Faith is not just hope or wishful thinking, it is a deep inner knowing that what you desire is already done. It's the conviction that no matter what the external circumstances may look like, your desires are on their way. Faith allows you to move through life with a sense of ease and certainty, knowing that everything is working out for your highest good. It enables you to stay calm and centered, even in the face of challenges or delays, because you trust that the universe is always working in your favor. Faith is what bridges the gap between your current reality and the reality you desire to create. It gives you the strength to keep going, even when things don't seem to be happening as quickly as you'd like. It keeps you focused on the end result, rather than getting caught up in the obstacles along the way. With faith, you know that every step you take is bringing you closer to your goal, even if you can't yet see the full picture. This unwavering belief acts as a magnet, drawing your desires toward you with unstoppable force. Lastly, it's important to recognize the power of inspired action. While it's true that your desires are already on their way to you, this doesn't mean you can sit back and do nothing. Inspired action is action that comes from a place of alignment, from the inner knowing that what you want is already yours. It's not about forcing things to happen or struggling to make progress, it's about taking steps that feel natural and effortless, because they are in alignment with your desires. These actions are guided by your intuition and are often accompanied by a sense of excitement or enthusiasm. When you take inspired action, you are moving in the direction of your desires with ease and flow. You don't need to worry about how everything will come together, because you trust that the universe is guiding you. Each step you take brings you closer to the manifestation of your desires, and often the path unfolds in ways you could never have predicted. Inspired action is a partnership between you and the universe. You do your part by taking steps toward your goal, and the universe does its part by aligning circumstances and opportunities in your favor. In this process of manifesting your desires, everything begins and ends with belief. When you believe that what you want has already found its way to you, you align yourself with the reality where it already exists. This alignment creates a powerful energetic shift that brings your desires closer and closer to you. The key is to stay focused on the end result, to trust the process, and to take inspired action when it feels right. With patience, faith, and unwavering belief, you will see your desires manifest in ways that exceed your wildest dreams. In conclusion, the realization that what you desire has already found its way to you is a profound shift in consciousness. It's not about striving or waiting, but about believing that it is already done. When you align with this belief, you naturally release resistance, embody patience, and take inspired action. Trust in the power of your thoughts and the energy you radiate. Stay connected to gratitude, visualize the end result, and align with your higher self. As you move forward with unwavering faith, the universe responds in kind, and what you seek begins to flow effortlessly into your life. Everything you desire is already on its way. All you need to do is claim it. There is no circumstance in your life too heavy for God to lift, no storm too fierce for Him to calm, no burden too great for Him to turn into a blessing. What you see as struggle today is merely the preparation for something greater, something beyond your present understanding. Your tough situation is not a punishment, but an invitation to trust, to surrender, and to know that all things are being worked together for your good. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the very thing you desire most. See it clearly in your mind's eye. Feel the joy of it as if it were already yours. Do not allow the weight of the current moment to convince you that you are alone, for you are never alone. The same God who placed the stars in the sky has already prepared a path for you, a way through the trial that will not only bring relief, but abundance. Faith is not waiting for the evidence to appear before you believe. Faith is believing before you see. Whatever hardship you face, whatever mountain seems too high to climb, begin to see it as the very instrument that is carving you into the person who will receive the blessing. There is no wasted suffering in God's plan, only transformation, only renewal. Your mind is the birthplace of miracles. What you dwell upon, what you assume to be true, is what will shape your reality. If you assume that you are abandoned, that this suffering will never end, then that is the world you will walk in. But if you assume that this very challenge is working in your favor, if you dare to trust that God is orchestrating a divine outcome, you will see your hardship turn into a doorway of unimaginable blessings. When Joseph was thrown into the pit, when he was sold into slavery, when he was imprisoned unjustly, the world would have called him a man who had lost everything. But God saw something greater. He saw a ruler, a man being shaped by his struggles, a man whose hardships would lead him to a throne. What looked like suffering was, in truth, the divine hand of favor, guiding him towards something beyond human comprehension. You may feel trapped in a moment of uncertainty, but within you is the power to choose how you see it. Speak as though the victory has already arrived. Declare that your circumstances are shifting, that blessings are on their way, that everything is working together for your highest good. And as you continue in this faith, your world will begin to rearrange itself in alignment with that truth. There is nothing lost that cannot be restored 100-fold. The job you lost, the relationship that ended, the opportunity that slipped through your fingers, none of it is gone forever. When you trust in divine timing, you will see that what seemed like loss was only redirection, moving you towards something far greater than you imagined. Hold this truth in your heart. Your struggle is not permanent. It is the cocoon before the butterfly, the seed beneath the soil, the night before the sunrise. Every tear you have shed, every moment of doubt, every hardship, God is using it all to shape you, to mold you, to bless you beyond measure. Stand firm in faith, knowing that your toughest situation is the very ground upon which your greatest blessings will grow. There is a power within you far greater than the world around you, a power that does not bow to circumstances, that is not limited by what the eyes can see or the ears can hear. This power is the voice of God within, the divine presence that speaks through faith, through vision, through the deep knowing that no matter how dark the night, the dawn is certain to come. The situation you are facing now, the weight upon your shoulders, the uncertainty in your heart, these are not signs of your defeat. They are the shaping forces of something extraordinary, something beyond your imagination. What looks like delay is divine timing. What looks like suffering is transformation. What appears to be an ending is merely the beginning of a far greater story. The world will tell you to judge by what you see. It will whisper doubts. It will magnify fear. It will convince you that nothing is changing. But if you truly understood the nature of God, you would not be moved by what the world presents before you. You would know that beyond every obstacle is a door. Behind every trial is a lesson, and within every trial is a lesson waiting to be revealed. Look beyond appearances. See with the eyes of faith. When the waves crash against you, do not be afraid. For even the ocean is under divine command, and just as he parted the sea for Moses, he will part a way for you. Your mind is the soil in which the seeds of your future are planted. If you dwell on lack, on fear, on what is missing, you will continue to walk in the shadow of struggle. But if you dwell on the promise, if you see yourself already victorious, already restored, already walking in abundance, then nothing in this world can keep your blessing from you. Faith is not about begging for change. It is about knowing that the change has already taken place in the unseen. It is about assuming the feeling of your answered prayer, carrying yourself as if your breakthrough has already arrived. When the walls of Jericho stood tall, the Israelites did not focus on their height or strength. They did not let their eyes deceive them. Instead, they obeyed, they believed, and they moved forward in faith. And on the appointed day, those walls did not simply weaken, they collapsed entirely. This is the power of unwavering faith. What looks immovable will move. What you have been praying for, hoping for, believing for, is already on its way to you. Do not curse the difficult season you are in, for it is preparing you for a blessing that your former self could not yet carry. If a tree is not pruned, it will not bear fruit. If gold is not refined, it will not shine. And if you are not tested, you will not step into the fullness of your destiny. You are not being abandoned, you are being prepared. Every delay, every rejection, every closed door, it is all part of the divine orchestration of your future. God is not taking anything from you. He is making room for something better. Think of the farmer who plants his seeds. He does not see the harvest immediately. He does not dig up the soil each day in doubt, wondering if anything is happening beneath the surface. No, he trusts the process. He knows that though he cannot see it, the seed is growing, the roots are taking hold, and in due time he will reap a harvest. The same is true for your life. What is unseen is not non-existent. Just because you do not see your breakthrough does not mean it is not unfolding. Trust the process. Trust that even in the silence, even in the stillness, God is working all things together for your good. Joseph was sold into slavery, falsely accused, imprisoned. From the outside it looked like setback after setback, but in reality it was the divine setup. Every hardship was positioning him, molding him, preparing him for the place where he was destined to be. Had he not been thrown into the pit, he would not have reached the palace. What others meant for harm, God used for good. This is the truth of every trial. What seems like a loss is only redirection. What feels like suffering is the very thing making you stronger. If you could see what God sees, you would not worry. You would not doubt. You would know that everything is happening exactly as it should. There is no force in this world that can stop what God has ordained for you. No person, no setback, no mistake can take away what is divinely yours. The only thing that can keep you from your blessing is your own disbelief. If you speak against your breakthrough, if you align your words with fear, if you see yourself as a victim rather than victorious, you will remain where you are. But the moment you shift your perspective, the moment you declare that this trial is working in your favor, the moment you see yourself already walking in victory, the unseen forces of heaven move on your behalf. Do not pray from a place of desperation. Pray from a place of assurance. Speak as though it is already done. Thank God not just for what He has done, but for what He is about to do. Let your words be a reflection of your faith, not your fear, for what you declare will manifest. If you say, I am defeated, defeat will follow. But if you say, I am rising, I am blessed, I am favored, then blessings will seek you out, favor will surround you, and doors will open in places you never imagined. It is not your job to figure out how it will happen. It is not your responsibility to control the process. Your only job is to believe, to stand firm, to trust that what God has promised He will fulfill. The moment you let go of control, the moment you surrender your need to see immediate results, that is when the breakthrough will come. Not because you forced it, but because you aligned yourself with divine timing. You may not understand why you are facing this season, but one day you will look back and see how every moment was necessary. You will see how the closed doors protected you, how the disappointments redirected you, how the waiting strengthened you. And when the blessing finally arrives, you will realize that not a single moment was wasted. Stand firm, speak life over your situation. Know that this tough moment is not the end of your story. It is merely the prologue to a testimony so great that you will look back in awe at how God turned it all around. You are walking towards something extraordinary. Do not give up. Do not lose faith. The blessing is already on its way. Every trial you face is shaping you in ways you cannot yet comprehend. It is stretching you, refining you, strengthening you for the very thing you have been praying for. If everything came easily, if there were no struggles, no setbacks, no challenges, you would not develop the wisdom or resilience to handle the blessings that are meant for you. Look at your life and recognize that nothing is happening by accident. Every delay, every obstacle, every moment of uncertainty, it is all part of the divine process. Nothing is wasted in God's plan. Even the moments that seem unfair, even the losses that seem unbearable, are serving a higher purpose. You may feel as though your prayers have gone unanswered, as though you have been waiting for far too long. But what if the delay is actually protection? What if the thing you desire most is being prepared for you just as you are being prepared for it? What if the very situation you are in right now is the training ground for the person you are meant to become? Do not despise the process. Do not rush ahead of divine timing. Trust that the God who placed the vision in your heart will bring it to fulfillment in a way that is far greater than you imagined. When the Israelites were led out of Egypt, they thought their struggle was over. But then they found themselves at the Red Sea, with the enemy pursuing them from behind. They could have believed it was the end. They could have given in to fear. But in that moment, God made a way where there was no way. The sea that should have drowned them instead became the path to their freedom. This is how God works. What looks like the end is often the very thing that leads to your breakthrough. The enemy that appears to be gaining ground over you will not have the final say. What was meant to destroy you will only elevate you. But you must hold on to faith. You must believe even when there is no evidence to support your belief. Even when the situation seems to be getting worse. Even when the doors remain closed. Even when the waiting feels unbearable, stand firm. Faith is not tested in times of ease. It is tested in the moments when everything seems uncertain. That is when you must decide whether you will trust in what you see or in what you know to be true in your heart. Think of a mother carrying a child in her womb. She does not see the baby growing day by day, but she knows it is happening. She does not doubt that in the right time she will give birth. She trusts the process. She prepares for the arrival of what she has not yet seen. This is the kind of faith you must have. You may not see the evidence of your breakthrough yet, but that does not mean it is not coming. It is already unfolding, already taking shape, already moving toward you in ways beyond your understanding. And when it comes, it will not be a small blessing. It will not be ordinary. It will be beyond what you expected, beyond what you thought possible. God does not do things halfway. When He restores, He multiplies. When He blesses, He overflows. Look at Job. He lost everything, yet in the end he received twice what he had before. Look at Joseph. He went from being a prisoner to ruling a nation. Look at the disciples. They thought the cross was the end, but 3 days later, they witnessed the greatest miracle of all. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. What you are going through now is not a sign of abandonment. It is a sign that something greater is being prepared. The pressure you feel, the weight of the struggle, is simply an indication that you are on the verge of something extraordinary. A diamond is only formed through immense pressure. Gold is only purified through fire. And your spirit is only strengthened through the trials you endure. What if instead of seeing this moment as a burden, you saw it as an opportunity? What if instead of asking why this is happening to you, you ask what this is preparing you for? What if instead of feeling discouraged, you felt expectant, knowing that something incredible is on its way? The way you perceive your situation will determine how you experience it. If you see yourself as defeated, you will walk in defeat. But if you see yourself as victorious, if you declare that this is working in your favor, then nothing will be able to stop what is coming to you. There is no power greater than the power of God working in your life. There is no situation that He cannot turn around. The sickness you are facing, the financial struggle, the heartbreak, the disappointment, none of it is beyond his ability to restore. He is the God who heals, the God who provides, the God who lifts up those who have been cast down. And when he moves, he does so in ways that leave no doubt. You will look back on this moment and see that it was necessary. You will see that had you not walked through this season, you would not have grown into the person who could receive the blessing that is coming. You will see how every tear, every prayer, every moment of perseverance was shaping you, refining you, strengthening you for the life you were always meant to live. Hold on to faith. Speak life into your situation. Stand firm in the knowledge that God is working all things together for your good. The tough situation you are in right now is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of something far greater than you ever imagined. The blessing is already on its way. When you understand the nature of faith, you realize that your external circumstances are simply reflections of what is being shaped within you. The struggle you are facing is not there to break you, it is there to awaken you. It is there to stretch your belief, to elevate your understanding, to bring you to a place where you no longer rely on what you see, but on what you know to be true in your heart. Look at the way a seed is planted in the darkness of the soil. At first, nothing seems to be happening. Day after day, the earth remains still, and to the outside world it looks as if nothing has changed. But beneath the surface, deep in the unseen, something powerful is taking place. The seed is cracking open, its roots are pushing down, and its potential is beginning to take shape. The same is true for your life. You may feel buried under the weight of your challenges. You may feel hidden, unseen, forgotten. But just as the seed must remain underground for a time before it emerges into the light, your growth is happening in the unseen places. It is happening in the moments of struggle, in the times of waiting, in the silent prayers whispered in faith. God is not only aware of your situation, He is using it. He is turning what was meant for harm into a tool for your transformation. You may not understand it now, but trust that every delay, every closed door, every unexpected detour is moving you towards something far greater than you can imagine. There are moments in life when everything seems to be working against you. You pray, but the situation does not change. You believe, but the mountain remains unmoved. It is in these moments that your faith is tested. Will you give up? Will you surrender to fear? Or will you stand firm, knowing that even when you cannot see the way, God is still making a way? Think of Abraham, who was called to leave everything familiar and walk into the unknown with nothing but a promise. Think of Moses, who stood before the Red Sea with an army behind him and no escape in sight. Think of David, a shepherd boy, standing before a giant with nothing but a slingshot and faith. None of them could see the full picture. None of them had all the answers, but they moved forward in faith. And because of that, the impossible became possible. Your situation may seem impossible, but it is only a setup for a miracle. The greater the challenge, the greater the testimony. When God moves, He does so in a way that no one can deny. He does not simply bring you out of the storm, He allows the storm to shape you, to strengthen you, to prepare you for what is coming next. You are not waiting for God to bless you. You are already blessed. The blessing is not something that comes from outside of you. It is something that is awakened within you. When you change the way you see your situation begins to change. When you start to believe that everything is working for your good, you align yourself with the divine plan that has already been set in motion. Even the pain you have endured has a purpose. The disappointments, the betrayals, the losses, they were not meant to destroy you. They were meant to refine you. They were meant to remove the things that no longer serve you, to bring you to a place where you are no longer attached to the temporary, but anchored in the eternal. Look at the process of refining gold. The gold is placed in the fire, not to destroy it, but to remove the impurities. The fire burns away everything that is not gold, leaving behind something pure, something valuable, something unshakable. This is what God is doing in your life. The fire you are walking through is not there to consume you. It is there to purify you, to prepare you for what is coming next. If you knew what was on the other side of this challenge, you would not waste a moment in fear or doubt. You would rejoice knowing that what looks like a setback is actually a setup. You would walk through this season with confidence, knowing that your greatest blessings often come wrapped in the disguise of struggle. You may feel like you have lost time, like too much has been taken from you. But God is a restorer. He's not just going to bring back what was lost. He's going to multiply it. He's going to give you more than you had before. The years you spent in pain, the moments you spent wondering if things would ever change, they are not wasted. They are seeds sown into the soil of your destiny, and in the right season they will produce a harvest greater than you imagined. God does not do things halfway. When He restores completely. When He blesses abundantly. Think of Job, who lost everything, yet in the end received double what he had before. Think of Joseph, who was betrayed, enslaved, imprisoned, yet was elevated to a position of power that saved nations. You may feel as though you are in the prison of your situation, waiting for the promise to be fulfilled. But the prison is only temporary. The struggle is only temporary. Your story does not end here. This is only a chapter, and the best is yet to come. Hold on to faith. Speak life into your situation. Declare that this is working for your good even when you do not see it. The words you speak shape your reality. Do not speak defeat over your life. Do not speak fear. Speak victory. Speak faith. Speak as if your blessing has already arrived, because in the spiritual realm it has. The world will tell you to fear, to doubt, to expect the worst. But you are not of the world. You are a child of the Most High, and He has called you to walk by faith, not by sight. When the world says it is impossible, God says all things are possible. When the world says you are defeated, God says you are more than a conqueror. Everything is shifting in your favor. Even now, even in the midst of the struggle, things are aligning. The doors that were once closed will open. The opportunities that seemed lost will be restored. The pain that felt unbearable will become the foundation of your greatest strength. You are standing on the edge of something extraordinary. Do not be discouraged by what you see now, for what is coming is far greater. Trust the process. Trust the timing. Trust that God, who began a good work in you, will bring it to completion. The tough situation you are in now is not the end. It is the beginning of something greater than you ever imagined. Keep your faith strong, for the breakthrough is already on its way. Every great transformation begins in the unseen. Before the rain falls, the clouds must first gather. Before the tree grows, the seed must first break open. Before your life shifts, your faith must first be tested. What you are facing right now is not a sign of failure, but a sign that something greater is being prepared. It may look like you are stuck, but you are not stuck. You are in transition. The discomfort you feel is the stretching of your spirit, the expansion of your faith, the preparation for something beyond what you have imagined. God does not take you through the storm without giving you the strength to endure it. The difficulty you face is not a punishment, it is a process. You are not being buried, you are being planted. You are not being abandoned, you are being prepared. Everything that appears to be working against you is actually working for you. The pain, the waiting, the uncertainty, it is all shaping you into who you were created to be. There are moments in life when you will feel like you are walking through the fire. The intensity will make you question whether you will make it through, but you will. You were created to withstand the fire. It is not there to destroy you. It is there to reveal what is within you. Gold is refined in fire, and so are you. Every trial is burning away doubt, fear, and limitation. Every struggle is stripping away the false identity you once carried. What you are becoming through this process is greater than anything you have lost. Do not focus on what has been taken away. Focus on what is being built within you. The transformation happening in your spirit is worth more than anything the world could give you. You are not losing. You are gaining something far more valuable. You are being positioned for blessings beyond your comprehension. The way forward may not always be clear, but that is where faith comes in. Faith is walking without needing to see the whole path. Faith is trusting that every step you take is leading you to something greater. Faith is knowing that even when things seem impossible, God is already working behind the scenes to make a way. There will be moments when doubt tries to creep in, when fear whispers that things will never change, but you must hold on to what you know to be true. You must stand firm in the belief that God's plan for you is good, that His promises are true, that He is faithful even when you cannot see the outcome. Nothing is wasted. Every setback, every disappointment, every tear you have shed, it is all part of a divine design. The pain is not random. It is purposeful. It is pushing you toward the version of yourself that you were always meant to become. You may feel weary. You may feel as if you have been waiting for too long, as if nothing is shifting. But remember this, delays are not denials. The waiting season is not wasted time. It is the space where you are being strengthened, where your faith is being deepened, where your heart is being prepared to receive the abundance that is on its way. Think about a mother carrying a child. She does not see the baby growing, but she knows that within her life is forming. She waits with expectation, knowing that at the right time, what has been developing in secret will be revealed. The same is true for your blessings. They are forming. They are growing. Even if you do not yet see them, they are on their way. What is meant for you will not pass you by. The enemy may try to convince you that you have missed your opportunity, that too much time has passed, that your best days are behind you, but that is a lie. Nothing can stop what God has already ordained for your life. What has been delayed will be restored. What has been blocked will be opened. The enemy does not have the final say. God does. You must hold on to your vision even when everything around you suggests otherwise. You must believe in your victory even when you do not yet see it. Speak as if it is already done. Walk as if you have already received it. Align your mind, your heart, and your words with the truth that all things are working together for your good. Faith is not passive, it is active. It requires you to move, to believe, to step forward even when the path is unclear. It requires you to trust, to surrender, to let go of doubt and embrace certainty. You are not waiting for a blessing, you are walking toward it. With every act of faith, with every word of belief, you are pulling your future into your present. The moment you truly believe that your situation is shifting, it begins to shift. The moment you truly embrace the truth that God is working in your favor, doors begin to open. It is not about waiting for a miracle. It is about aligning yourself with the miracle that has already been set in motion. Your words hold power. Your thoughts shape your reality. Speak as if the blessing is already here. Declare that you are favored, that you are victorious, that everything is falling into place. Speak with confidence, with conviction, with the certainty that what you have asked for has already been given. Even when others doubt, even when circumstances suggest otherwise, stand firm in your faith. Do not waver. Do not allow the noise of the world to shake what you know in your spirit to be true. What is coming is greater than what has been. What is ahead of you is far more glorious than what is behind you. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You're being positioned for something beyond your imagination. Trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Trust that the struggles you have faced are birthing something extraordinary. Trust that the tears you have cried are watering the seeds of your destiny. Your current situation is not your final destination. What looks like a closed door is simply a redirection. What seems like a delay is actually divine timing. The blessings that are on their way will not just restore what was lost, they will exceed it. Hold on to faith. Keep speaking life over your circumstances. Walk with the knowing that God has already made a way. Step forward with confidence, because your breakthrough is closer than you think. Everything is shifting in your favor. Everything is aligning for your good. What was once a struggle will soon be a testimony. What was once a burden will soon be a blessing. The best is yet to come. The world may tell you to measure your life by what you can see, by the circumstances in front of you, by the evidence that appears real. But faith does not operate by sight, it operates by knowing. Knowing that even in the darkest hour, the light is already on its way. Knowing that even when you feel like you are at your lowest, something greater is rising within you. What you see is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. The power that moves mountains, the force that speaks life into existence, is already working on your behalf. You were never meant to live by fear. Fear is an illusion, a shadow with no real substance. It exists only in the absence of faith. The moment you choose to trust, fear loses its grip. The moment you stand firm in the truth that all things are working for your good, doubt dissolves like mist before the morning sun. Do not entertain thoughts of lack, of struggle, of defeat. Those thoughts do not belong to you. They are intrusions, distractions, designed to pull you away from the truth that you are already victorious. There is nothing missing in your life, nothing broken, nothing incomplete. What seems like lack is only an illusion created by the mind. In reality, you have already been given everything you need. The path to your blessing is not outside of you, it is within you. The moment you shift your focus from what you lack to what you have, your entire reality changes. Instead of seeing obstacles, you will see opportunities. Instead of feeling defeated, you will feel empowered. Instead of wondering when your breakthrough will come, you will realize it has already begun. Every great blessing is first conceived in the mind. What you dwell upon, you bring into being. If you dwell on struggle, you will see more struggle. If you dwell on abundance, you will attract abundance. The world does not respond to your complaints, it responds to your faith. When you stand in the certainty that what you desire is already yours, the universe has no choice but to align itself to your belief. Do not allow worry to take root. Do not allow frustration to shape your words. Speak life. Speak victory. Speak as if every promise has already been fulfilled. It does not matter how long you have waited. Time is not a limitation for God. What seems delayed is not denied. What seems impossible is already unfolding. The unseen forces working in your favor are greater than anything you can comprehend. Right now, doors are opening that you do not yet see. Right now, solutions are forming that you have not yet discovered. Right now, the seeds you have planted in faith are breaking through the soil, preparing to bear fruit in ways beyond your imagination. There is a rhythm to life, a divine order that cannot be rushed. Just as the ocean waves move in perfect harmony, just as the stars align in celestial precision, your life is unfolding exactly as it should. Trust in this timing. Trust that every closed door was a protection. Trust that every detour was a lesson. Trust that even the pain had a purpose. You are not behind schedule. You are exactly where you need to be. Your thoughts are the architects of your future. If you want to see change, begin within. Shift your perspective and your reality will shift with it. Speak as if you are already blessed and you will become blessed. Walk as if you are already victorious and victory will meet you on the path. Every great change begins with a decision to believe, to trust, to act as if it is already done. Even in the silence, even when it seems like nothing is happening, know that everything is happening. The process is unseen, but it is unstoppable. A seed does not sprout the moment it is planted. It takes root in darkness before it ever breaks the surface. So do not be discouraged when you cannot see the evidence yet. Keep watering your faith. Keep nurturing your belief. What is hidden now will soon be revealed. There is no power that can stop what has been ordained for you. No opposition, no setback, no challenge is greater than the force that is guiding your life. Even when it seems like all odds are against you, remember this: you were never meant to rely on external circumstances. Your power does not come from the world, it comes from within. When you align yourself with divine truth, when you stand firm in your faith, the entire universe must bend in your favor. There will be moments when the world tests you, moments when it seems easier to give up than to keep believing. But those moments are the very ones that define your breakthrough. When the pressure is the greatest, it is because you are on the verge of something new. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Gold is purified in fire. And your spirit is being strengthened through every challenge you face. You were never meant to struggle. You were never meant to live in fear, in doubt, in lack. You were meant to rise. You were meant to walk in confidence, to embrace the fullness of life, to receive every blessing that has been set aside for you. Let go of the idea that you have to earn your worth, that you have to strive for your breakthrough. The truth is, it has already been given to you. Your only task is to receive it, to claim it, to walk as if it is already done. What you feel now is temporary. The struggle, the uncertainty, the waiting, it will pass. But what is being built within you will last forever. You are being prepared for something greater. You are being shaped into the person who can hold the blessings that are on their way. This is not the end of your story. This is the beginning of something beyond your wildest dreams. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. You are not overlooked. Every prayer has been heard. Every tear has been counted. Every hope you have carried in your heart is already being fulfilled. The answers are coming. The doors are opening. The shift is happening. And soon what once seemed impossible will become your reality. Keep walking. Keep believing. Keep knowing that the best is yet to come. So stand firm in your faith. Hold on to the truth that your current situation is not your final destination. Every challenge, every delay, every moment of uncertainty is shaping you for something far greater than you can imagine. What once felt like a burden will soon reveal itself as a blessing. What seemed like a setback will be the very thing that propels you forward. Walk with confidence, knowing that what is meant for you will never pass you by. Speak as if it is already done, live as if you have already received, and trust that every step you take is leading you toward the fulfillment of your destiny. The breakthrough is not coming, it is already here. The blessings are not distant, they are unfolding in this very moment. Open your heart, embrace the journey, and know that the best is yet to come.